flag number 12. Red flag number 12. Watch this, y'all. He's mean to people. He nice to you, but he mean to everybody else. You know, I have this saying, I always say this at my church, I say, you know, put people through protocols. And protocols are this, right? They're just simply systems where you pay attention to people in certain arenas, right? You know, just baseline. Let me take a little bit of a detour. You know, pay attention to how people treat you when you at the bottom, right? Like when life happens and you just at the bottom, right? And then pay attention to how people are with you when you at the top, okay? Because some people, when you at the bottom, you know, they don't want to be bothered with you. But when you get to the top, oh, they you're their best friend at that point, you know, and that's fake. That's phony. That means you are a fair weather friend. A person who's only your friend when things are going well, that's not a friend. That's a hanger-oner, you know. And then a person who, you know, they cool with you being at the bottom, but when you get to the top, it makes them feel inadequate. It makes them feel jealous, envious, all of that. That's something you have to pay attention to too. Now, in this arena, you want to pay attention to whether or not he's nice to everybody, right? You know, I always tell women this if they're dating. Pay attention to how he treats the waiters, the waitress. Excuse me, I asked for shrimp scampi. This is up. If they going all off on it, that's a problem, right? If they're mean to their children, right? If they're mean to their mother, their father, listen, I know everybody can have a horror story about something that a parent has done. You know, look, no one gets parenting right 100% of the time, all the time. But here's another piece of that puzzle. If the person is mean to people who he feels are beneath him, if he feels like a wife is supposed to submit, then he may be mean to you in about 2 or 3 months after you say I do. So don't disregard that. You know, sometimes people who are charismatic, who are charming, they know how to just be so nice. And, you know, I never met somebody like you, man. You my wife. God showed it to me in a dream, in a vision. Great. Then you go out to dinner. This got a spot on my glass. This. Okay, look. Pay attention. Because the next time you hear that, it may be when he walked through the door of the house and now he going off, my food ain't cooked yet, woman. You know, and so you want to make sure that the man is not mean, right? Now, let me go a little bit further advanced. If a person is mean, it may be signs that he's low-key abusive. See, a person who is abusive, they don't start out abusive day one. What happens is they're nice and they're charming and they get you hooked. And they know when you're hooked, they start sliding you towards a place of accepting bad behavior. It may be where they don't call you, when, you know, don't return your phone calls. You know, you may talk to them and they'll keep walking and act like they didn't hear, or, you know, it's little bitty things. And then the next thing you know, it's a full-fledged, you know, put down, calling you out your name, hitting you. Let me say this, because people don't talk about this enough. Christian women do suffer abuse from so-called Christian men. Why I say so-called? I talked about this several videos ago. If there's any brother that's a fornicator, a drunkard, a railer, what the word means to be a brawler, a person who fights people, a so-called brother. See, God never intended for anybody to be hitting anybody except for one case, self-defense. Now, somebody trying to come and you fight back. But on the flip side of that coin, nobody should be beating you. And so because, you know, in religious sects, we sometimes are so embarrassed that no one acknowledges, I've been hit, I've been abused, I've been cursed out, I've been raped. You know, listen, if the Bible tells women and men not to defraud each other, right? Which simply means this. It means don't withhold sex. But it does not say that the man is supposed to take it at will whenever. No, it's not of God. It's not of God. And so somebody asked me, can a man rape his wife? Yes, he can. Because at the end of the day, if you are forcibly doing, that becomes violent. It's not of God. God, listen. You know, one part about love and about God is the element of choice. Even God, the God of the universe, said, choose ye this day who you will serve. God gave us a choice to serve him or not. God said, I would rather this back over in Revelation, you be hot or cold. That means you got a choice on who you decide to be. So if God gives us a choice in whether or not to serve him, submit to him, what it look like some other human man gonna make you do something, no, that's not of God. And I always tell women, don't suffer in silence. Please get help. Please. I have so many women who talk to me because I am a woman pastor, they feel more comfortable talking to a woman. And whatever you're comfortable with, talk to somebody who will give you godly advice and who will tell you the truth and who can keep your confidence. You need to be able to talk to a spiritual leader who ain't gonna go and tell the other spiritual leaders. We gotta stop this gossiping spirit in the church where we want to sit and tell everybody business to say, oh, well, we need to be praying. The devil is a liar. What you're doing is you are getting a level of enjoyment in discussing somebody else's downfall. And that does not please God. And here's the other piece. You reap what you sow. So when it's your time to confide in somebody and then your business all out here in the streets, we have to be careful how we treat each other and make sure that people have somewhere to go when they've been hurt. But you want to pay attention if he's mean. A man is a likely indicator of a person who does not treat others well, and on an extreme level, he may be a low-key abuser.